Hi and welcome to the Inverell High School community. I have been asked to talk to you today about the role of deputy. Now, the deputy's role is a balance of welfare and discipline, with the ultimate goal of having the students leave being well balanced and able to become members of the community. Now, it is true the deputy makes the phone calls home for major discipline issues. However, what we would like to do is work as a team with both the carers, the deputy and the students so that they learn from their mistakes and are ready to move forward. I look forward to working with all of you when your students arrive next year.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Kiani Reynolds and I am the 2020 Year 7 Year Advisor. My role as a Year Advisor is to be the contact person for yourself and your child. If there's a problem or there's any questions, you can contact me at any time. I'm responsible for the general well-being of the students within my year group. If your child's away for an extended period of time for sickness or a holiday, you just need to let us know and then we can get some work, we can organise some work and we can put the child on leave. My job is to organise year group activities, so excursions, study days, team building activities and things like that. At Inverell High School, our day begins at 8:50 with roll call for 15 minutes and we finish at 3:20. Our timetable has a week A and a week B, with 2 periods in the morning, recess, 2 periods, lunch, and then 1 period at home. We have 5 1-hour long periods, and Wednesday is our sport day. If your child is late to school, they'll need to go to student support office and sign in with a note. If your child needs to leave early, they will need to have a note and receive a leave pass from the student support office. If your child's absent, a note or a phone call is required explaining why your child's absent. On Thursday the 3rd of December, we sent home an information pack with the book requirements for 2021. You can purchase a book pack from the Inverell News Agency. At Inverell High, we have lots of extracurricular activities, sport, SRC, debating, chess, cattle leading, school spectacular, so plenty of opportunities for your child to excel in anything that they like to do. 2021 term begins on the 29th of January, which is Friday, and there will only be Year 7, 11 and 12. The day will begin at 8:50 with Year 7 meeting in the Cola. They'll receive their classes and their timetable, have a chat about how they're feeling, and then we'll get straight into classes. We usually hold a friendship camp every year, which is in about week 5, and it's a Green Valley farm. Now this is obviously for next year pending COVID restrictions and things like that, but there'll be more information to come early next year for that. And finally, we have a Year 7 welcome barbecue, which is usually Tuesday night in week 5 of term 1, where you'll receive your child's interim report, which just lets you know how your child's going in the transition to high school, within their class and things like that. You'll also get the opportunity to speak to your child's teachers and discuss how they're going face to face.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Georgie Rogers. I have several different roles at Inverell High School. One of my main roles is I'm head teacher of welfare, which means that if parents or students have any concerns regarding well-being, they can either speak to their year advisor or they could come and approach me either by phone or make an interview appointment to come and see me at school. I will also be the person that helps with uniform assistance. So if you're struggling to get the correct uniform for your child, phone the school, they will ring me and you'll be able to organise what we can do to help you with that. I'm part of the learning support team, which means that I will be helping to support your child if they need assistance with their learning and different programs being implemented. I also organise a lot of wellbeing programs at the school. So for example, we may have the police liaison officer come in and speak to your child about cyberbullying, or I could organise other special presenters to come to school to discuss other relevant issues that are appropriate to your year group. Also, I interact a lot with the Clontarf Academy, which is the program we have at Inverell High for the Aboriginal boys. Most of the Aboriginal boys that have been here during the transition day have met the Clontarf staff, so that process has already begun to induct them into that. But the Clontarf Academy presenters will actually contact you and talk to you about what that is all about for next year and how it will mean, or how your child will be involved in that. One of my other main roles that is here at Inverell High School is I will be the head teacher that will be supporting the year advisor for the Year 7 cohort of 2021. That means that I will be the head teacher that supports them not just in Year 7 but all the way through to the end of Year 12. Part of that will be firstly making sure they have a smooth transition into Inverell High School. So if there's any concerns that your child is having, or you have any concerns about the transition process, feel free to come and see me or see their year advisor. We will be organising transition programs such as the peer support program, which is where Year 7 work with Year 11 leaders and they help to induct them into how the school runs and how to deal with friendship problems, etc. Also, hopefully, if everything goes well, in term 1 we should have a friendship camp specially designed for Year 7. I have had a great pleasure of actually meeting Year 6 during their transition days that they've had at Inverell High School. So I was involved in some of the maths activities and also coordinating the second transition day. I look forward to working with your Year 7 students, as I said, not just in Year 7 but all the way through to the end of Year 12. So if you have any issues regarding wellbeing or anything, feel free to contact myself at the school, their year advisor, or of course the deputy or principal. Look forward to meeting you all next year at the Year 7 barbecue. Thank you.
At Inverell High School in English, we help you develop skills in reading, writing and analysis. You'll study a range of texts from Australia and around the world, from novels to films, from graphic novels to media campaigns. In Year 7 history, which is closely aligned with English, you'll learn about the gladiator fights of ancient Rome and Japanese samurai culture. We help you develop your understanding of significance, cause and effect, and perspective while developing your skills in research and source analysis. To give you an idea of what this might look like, some of the end-of-year activities that our students are working on at the moment include designing a plague physician's diary, inventing a civilization, and creating a historical murder mystery game. You will also have the opportunity to discover a new culture as you learn Italian. By the end of the year of Year 7, you will be equipped to converse in Italian with a friend, order a meal at an Italian restaurant, and better understand the world around you.
Hi, I'm Katrina Richardson, Relieving Head of Mathematics and Music. All students begin Stage 4 in Mathematics at Inverell High School. We start the year off with a topic called integers because it's new and exciting. In primary school, they learn that it's not possible to do, say, 2 take away 8, and then all of a sudden we explore this world of negative numbers where it is possible. We then go on to do other topics that build on what they have seen in Year 6, such as fractions and decimals, angles and measurement. And this will be particularly important in 2021 as I am aware that your child may have gaps in an area with the struggles we faced with the remote learning period. And I want to assure parents that our program is designed to support students where they need while we are progressing with the Year 7 work. For example, we will start the building blocks of patterns and algebra, which will then form the foundations of a lot of cool stuff in future years. Our maths classes are streamed, with 7-1 being the top class, 7-2 the middle class, and 7-3 the bottom class. All classes do the same work, they follow the same timeline, and they do the same assessment. And the teachers will adjust the delivery of the work according to the class. So work is either modified or enriched depending on your child's needs. We might also change the class your child is in depending on their changing needs. So Year 7, we all do the same work. It is important, however, that parents and students understand that in Years 9 and 10, each class will begin to follow separate courses of study. And this will impact future courses and their career choice. For example, if your child is developing an interest in science and is keen for further study at university in, say, engineering, medicine, pharmacy, sports science or computing science, then they really need to be in the top class in year 9 and 10, because it is only that class that does the highest level of stage 5 algebra that enables them to do calculus and further trigonometry in advanced maths in year 11 and 12. And while that seems a long way off, it is important to keep in mind as you'll blink and they'll be in year 9, and that's when we start to do the separate work. Your child will also study music in year 7. Our music teacher is Mrs. Jenny Craven, and she has a very practical approach to music. Students will learn keyboard and guitar chords and begin playing chord progressions which will lead on to songs. This year, Mrs. Craven had Year 7 students perform very unique renditions of Riptide, which was a lot of fun to see. I look forward to meeting you and your child next year. Thank you.
Good evening, guys. I'm Miss Melissa Wilcox. I'm the head of Science and Ag. I'm also the agricultural teacher here at school. So basically in Year 7 for science, we cover a range of topics including science is. So we're covering all about what science is about, what topics we cover, and eventually where you might head in Year 11 and 12. We look at states of matter, separating mixtures, classifying our world, micro world, motion and forces, geology, and an introductory to space. We cover about 25% practical within our time frame, so you'll have 6 periods a fortnight, and some of the requirements which are very handy for you guys to have is we require an A4 exercise book. We also require general stationery, and what we mean is if everyone can have a range of pens, black, blue, red, pencils, glue sticks, scissors, calculator, ruler, all those basic requirements is really handy, along with leather shoes. That's compulsory for our practical side of things. So our leather shoes is a necessity, please. I also have a second role in the school, which is major for Year 7, and that's the peer support coordinator. So I train the Year 11 peer support leaders, and then along with them, we run a peer support session for term 1 in Year 7, and where Year 7 will be broken into groups and given to 2 or 3 Year 11 peer leaders, and each week they'll run through a session which completes activities on transitioning to high school, what they might need to expect and where they might need to go for help if they're ever in that position at school. And it also gives them a supporting body if they don't feel comfortable or they have no siblings or family members here that may know for other kids. Hopefully the sessions will be run during sport next term, so the students won't lose any class time. But if they are, the teachers are very supportive, and it's all part of the curriculum to engage our students at school. We also finish that event with a whole year activity at the end of the term, doing something fun, hopefully maybe a pool trip. So hopefully I'll see you guys around. Thanks.
Hi, my name's Kath Jeffrey. I'm the head teacher of Teaching and Learning. Under Teaching and Learning, probably the biggest thing we'll be looking at is we're going to do Best Start in Year 7 next year. It's really important because it allows us to guide our teaching and learning strategies so your child has the best opportunity to grow academically during Year 7. My other hat is also I'm in charge of the social science, which is geography, a mandatory course, and the visual arts faculty. Lots of creative opportunities through both those courses, and I'm sure that your child will enjoy those.
Hi, my name's Naomi Marshall. I'm the head teacher of PDHPE and sport. I also, up in the PE staff room, have Kiani Reynolds up there with me as well. I'm very lucky that I've got a great bunch of really young and enthusiastic staff, and we offer obviously all the PDHPE curriculum. Really important that the students bring a pair of joggers on their PE prac day so that they're wearing correct footwear. Just reduces the chances of injury, those kind of things. Wednesday, period 2, will be Year 7 and 8 sport. So it's integrated sport. So On Wednesdays, please make sure kids are in sport uniform and that they have the correct footwear. Being the head teacher of sport, also I supervise a lot of representative teams, and Kiani does a great job with our swimming, athletics, cross-country carnivals, those kind of things. If you have any questions, please give me a call. More than happy to answer anything that you're curious about or have questions about. Year 7 also do an intensive swimming program in term 4, so we usually do 10 days of intensive swimming, and that's been a fantastic opportunity for all the students to develop their skills there.
Hello, I'm Sandra Clark, the head teacher of TAS here at Inverell High School. That's a subject that your students will be doing next year when they commence year 7 here. We have a faculty of 8 teachers, so we're quite a large faculty, and we're really looking forward to seeing your students in our classes next year. We have 4 areas in technology that the students study, which we all start in term 1 with digital technologies, and that is where they do a course in coding, and we call it Crack the Code, where they learn all about algorithms and how to use technology. And they have Arduinos, and they work out how to get lights flashing and alarms happening and things like that. Everybody does that in term 1. Then term 2, you can do either, there'll be 3 areas, and they do these over the next 2 years. So your child will be exposed to all of these areas by the end of year 8. So the other 3 are engineered systems, where they make CO2 cars, materials, where we work with textiles, and food and agriculture, where we grow something in our school garden and then we use it in cooking something in the end. The biggest thing that I would like to stress to you all is that leather shoes are really important in our area. We have digital in term 1, so therefore they're not required, but the Department of Education states that all students must be wearing leather shoes for practical subjects. So at the commencement of term 2, all students will need to have leather shoes. Now, if this is an issue, obviously contact school and we'll try and work something out. But in order for them to complete those course components, they must have that footwear. So hopefully by term 2, everyone can have the correct shoes, and we'll all be able to enjoy 2 years of technology here at Inverell High School.
Hi, welcome to Inverell High. I'm Mrs. Fenton, the acting head teacher of special ed, and we would like to welcome Mrs. Curry here as well.
Good morning.
We would like to talk to you guys about Inverell High. We have actually 5 disability classes and in classes that we support. We also support students in mainstream as well. So our goal is to integrate our students and have them included as much as we possibly can. If that's in sport, team things, drama, film, anything that the student has an interest in, we will do our best to get them included in that. We'd like to talk to you today about independence. When our students come to high school, it's a good time to actually bring in that more independence and say to our students, look, you're going to high school now, let's see you do more things at home or be more independent in things you do. We had the shoelace issue yesterday, didn't we, Mrs. Curry?
We did have a shoelace issue.
Yeah, we were talking to our current year 7s and saying, when you're an adult, we're not going to be there to tie your shoelaces anymore. So just little things can make that big difference for our students. The other thing we want to talk about too is that with our students we focus on personal learning goals and our students setting those goals, and then us helping them achieve them. Now Mrs. Curry is an SLSO. Would you like to tell us what your role is?
Yes, so my role at Inverell High is a School Learning Support Officer, and that is to support teachers to provide positive learning opportunities for our students with special needs and learning difficulties. So for me, that might involve working in the classroom. It might be taking students to mainstream classes for integration, could be swimming programs, sport, or community access programs. So I'm there to support the students, to encourage them to work to the best of their ability and to provide those opportunities to increase their independence for when they leave school.
Well, it's a big job. Thank you for what you do, Mrs. Curry.
Thank you.
Now, from our perspective here, remember there's no question that's stupid. If you've got a question, please ask. And also remember, it takes a village to raise a child. That's an African proverb, and we always work in support, don't we, Mrs. Curry?
We do.
Everyone works together for the best for the child. The other thing we do want to say, the only disability is a bad attitude. So help your child to have a really good attitude when they come to high school, and they should enjoy their time here.
My name is Erin Wan and I'm one of the Learning and Support teachers at Inverell High School. Our Learning and Support team provides services and resources to assist students who have additional learning and support needs. These include both students in our support classes as well as assistance for students in mainstream. I know some parents have already made contact with the school or marked on the enrolment form that their student has some additional needs, and we really thank you for that information. We'll be in touch regarding support for your child or the creation of a personalised learning and support plan in the near future. If you have concerns about your child, please call the school and speak to the year advisor or ask to speak to one of the learning and support teachers. We have a number of student learning support officers that work with classes and individual students, as well as supporting teachers. And we also run a learning centre and wellbeing hub where students can get additional support for their learning and their wellbeing. I've been to the primary schools in recent weeks to conduct transition testing and to meet a lot of the students. Outcomes of this literacy and numeracy testing will inform our classes for next year. Some of our subjects are streamed so that students can work in their ability groups, but these are regularly reviewed. We have a counsellor at school 5 days a week, and also, as of this year, a student support officer who runs various programs and works alongside students and with outside agencies.
Hi, I'm Lisa Tomlinson-Gills. I'm the teacher librarian at Inverell High School. At our school we have an extensive collection of both fiction, non-fiction and other resources throughout the school, numbering up to 16,000. These are all for teachers and students to access, and including your students coming into our school next year. In our library, we also have a lot of technology that your students or your children will be able to access. And at lunchtime, the computers are all there. So even if you don't have the resources at home or they happen not to be working at the time, your child could always come up and print, use the computers in a way for leisure, but also especially for doing and accomplishing their work here at the school. Also, on top of that, my role here at the school is also to connect your child with resources that are useful for completing their schoolwork, but also for reading. We have in that extensive collection a lot of fiction and non-fiction books that your child will have access to it. My role also includes helping your child achieve their best in their work here. So of course they can bring their work up and I can help with proofreading. I can help them also with word processing and small jobs like that to achieve their best, or how to best present their assessment task. So I encourage you to encourage your child to use the resources that we have in the library here at Inverell High School, because it is very well resourced with both human and print resources. So also the collection is open for borrowing for parents as well, so you can give us a call here. And if you are an ex-student, we also have an extensive archive that can be accessed for you as parents as well.